What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. CDs, shirts, and vinyl this time. And I'm going to be running down my thoughts and feelings on a certain heavy metal festival that I went to in Houston a couple of weeks ago. A fest called Hell's Heroes. Yeah, lots and lots to talk about here. But first, what we are listening to in the background. The Sword. Age of Winters. This is The Sword. I don't know about you, but this is the album that defines what The Sword truly were. Yeah. Let's talk about Hell's Heroes. This is a fest that got announced in Houston sometime last year, and when I found out about this particular fest in question, I had that feeling that it was too good to be true, because for one, it was about a dozen heavy metal bands. The ticket price was no less than 20 bucks for all of those bands, aside from service fees. And when I saw this lineup, I was just fucking mesmerized, because it was a lot of very notable bands from within the spectrum of heavy metal and extreme music. I mean, bands that come to mind would be Cirith Ungol, Helstar, Midnight, Toxic Holocaust, Eternal Champions, Summerlands, and so much more bands to think of. I was scratching my head. I figured, is this even real? Is this too good to be true? So I took a chance. I bought a ticket and waited and waited, and then finally came the day, April the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, April 21st, excuse me. Yeah. Went to Houston, showed up to the venue. There was this really nice venue called White Oak Music Hall. It was a two-stage venue, upstairs stage, downstairs stage. Very, very high-end quality. I mean, it had that House of Blues sort of quality. Of course, it also had the expensive beer that nobody was fucking buying from there. But thank you to anybody who did buy me a beer or a shot from that day. But yeah, very, very badass venue. A lot of high production quality for all these bands. Everybody sounded and looked like rock stars up there. But yeah, I missed one band out of the many that were booked. But for me, some of the highlights, some of the early bands that played, Bewitcher and Haunt. Very, very, very impressive stuff. I especially enjoyed Bewitcher. They were the first band that I saw out of the entire fest. And Haunt, they have this very old school gleaming sort of quality about them, from their sound to their look to their feeling. They put out an EP on Shadow Kingdom Records earlier in the year called Luminous Eyes. I don't know if it came out last year or this year, but shit sounded impressive, and I know they're going to have a full-length album to come later this year too, so big things on that band's horizon. Yeah, let me see what else happened at that show. Yeah, Savage Master. Savage Master are always a blast. They are always fun. They had a really good set list. They played Vengeance of Steel. That's my favorite song from them. Absolutely wonderful people, and I'm glad that I got to see them play. Militia. Militia were a pretty solid band. Another legendary Texas metal band that has some solid heritage to them. Helstar was fun. I finally got to see a band with James Rivera in it. They played a whole bunch of stuff from their Metal Blade era material. A lot of Nosferatu stuff. Very awesome to hear and see James Rivera sing and do his thing. Very enjoyable set. Summerlands was excellent. I absolutely loved Summerlands, and they were one of the many bands I was the most excited for throughout this entire set, this entire show. Pretty much playing the whole album from front to back, their self-titled stuff from front to back. Absolutely excellent set. Very fun to watch. Later on in the night, things began to get a little bit more rowdy and over the top. Eternal Champion played. People started stage diving, and there was some heavy moshing going on. Pretty much you expect that from that sort of style of heavy metal, but yeah. Eternal Champion were fun for the time I got to watch them. Let me see who else played. Venomous Maximus played. I thought they were pretty fun. They were pretty solid stuff. Shit. Toxic Holocaust. That's another wild and crazy band that played during the day. Actually, no, let me go back let me go back a little bit. Night Demon. Yeah, there we go. Night Demon were fucking fantastic. Excellent band all the way through. Very fun and energetic band for being a power trio. Very much a fun band to watch, and I'm very glad I had the chance to see them. But now let me go again and go forward now to more of the bands that played. Cirith Ungol, fantastic. Absolutely magical from front to back. A lot of great energy and momentum seeing these guys who have been around since, shit, the early, late 70s. Absolutely kick-ass. Play a lot of stuff off of their classic early material, Frost and Fire, Back from the Dead, or whatever that album is called, excuse me. Yeah, absolutely wonderful, magical set. Toxic Holocaust, it got fucking rowdy up there. They played upstairs and it was fucking crowded as fuck. Endless moshing and crowd surfing. People were just going batshit insane. I think that's the most violent set I've ever seen out of Toxic Holocaust. Yeah, closing out the show was Midnight. And Midnight put on a set that was very Midnight-like. A lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of crazy drunkenness. I love their set list. They had a bunch of great stuff. I love that they played stuff from No Mercy for Mayhem, Evil Like a Knife, Woman of Flame, You Can't Stop Steal, Lust, Filth, and Sleaze, Endless Slut. Pretty sure I said that already, but whatever. Yeah, killer set list, but pretty much it was a Midnight-like set. A lot of stage diving, a lot of moshing, a lot of energy. Trash cans were getting thrown around during the late moments of their set. I think this happened also during Satanic Royalty. Unbelievable. That was a Midnight set, and pretty much it ended on a somewhat intriguing note of hearing some loud guitar feedback. I don't know if management at that venue weren't too pleased with the whole trash can thing, but hey, it's Midnight. Expect to get shit thrown around and be batshit crazy. But yeah, fun fest. Had a real fun fest, I should say. Great times, good energy, positive atmosphere, aside from some of the lunkhead moshing shit going on that I saw. Yeah, I'm optimistic that a fest like this will continue to happen in Houston. If this happens again next year and the lineup is awesome, I'll definitely try to be back for it. But yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I'm going to run down some merch that I got. I got 1 shirt, 1 CD, and 4 records. I'm going to run down the shirt first. And of course, since I saw Midnight, I had to get a Midnight shirt. You can never not have too much Midnight shirts in your collection. Yeah. This is a badass Midnight shirt. You have the Athena right here. You have the state of Texas, and you have Blood and Sickles. Pretty much staples of Midnight stuff. And there's some tour dates on the back for their Texas dates. I love when Midnight do exclusive shirts, stuff like this. But yeah, Sweet Death in Texas. There you see the tour dates. They played Austin, they played Dallas, and the last date, April the 21st, was Hell's Heroes in Houston. Absolutely fucking badass. Love this shirt. And I got 1 CD, and that CD is, of course, from Savage Master. Yeah, this is Savage Master with Creature of the Flames. Yeah. Absolutely love this thing. I love this Chris Moyen artwork. And I especially love seeing Chris Moyen artwork in color. Of course, he has some great black and white artwork, but when he does some color artworks, it's beautiful, it's lush, it's gorgeous, and it especially fits for a band like Savage Master. But yeah, this came out last year, and this is a little 5-track EP of some songs and material of pretty much what this band is still cooking up and working on. I mean, Child of the Wild, Burning Leather, absolutely excellent. There's even a cover track on the very last song, Death or Glory, Holocaust cover. Very sick sounding stuff. I mean, Savage Master is easily one of the best current and contemporary heavy metal bands going today. Kentucky they're based out of Kentucky, and they just know how to have a great time. I cannot wait to see this band live again. I mean, they played the day after here in San Antonio, but I was too exhausted and tired from having been up and raging and partying with all my friends. But yeah, I'll see Savage Master again one day. They are the best. Creature of the Flames. Go check this one out. And yeah, go listen to With Whips and Chains too. That album still holds up perfectly. Okay, but now we get into the records, and this first record is the only record I bought as far as direct band support. I mentioned how I enjoyed this band earlier, but now it is cool to have something new from them. This is Night Demon with Darkness Remains. Yeah. This is a 2017 release through SPV Steamhammer, and of course this is their second full-length album. This is the follow-up to their really awesome debut album, Curse of the Damned. Really, really excellent album. But here, I believe Night Demon are just further continuing on with their sound, their presence, their charisma. This is a very charismatic heavy metal band, and they really know how to get the job done. Welcome to the Night, Made in Hell, Dawn Rider, Flight of the Manicore. Really, really fantastic songwriting going on here. I love the riffs, I love the energy, I love the drum work, I love Jarvis Leatherby's vocals. Very, very excellent heavy metal band, and I'm excited and optimistic to see more great things to come from this band in the future. But yeah, anyway, here's the front cover. Love this artwork and design here. A little bit of a corner bump at the bottom due to shipping stuff. That's what the merch lady told me, but I don't give a fuck. The music is still in good condition. Back cover, band member photo, track listing. Got a little logo here, SPV Steamhammer. I don't know if Century Media put out this album or not, but yeah, it's whatever. Comes with a CD copy of the album, which is fucking badass. Printed inner sleeve. There you see the band members and credits. Lyrics for most of the tracks. The instrumental, Flight of the Manicore. I should say that Flight of the Manicore is an instrumental, but that's a very badass instrumental. And I was lucky enough to score one of the color vinyl records, and this is on a very nice translucent green with some black marbling going on here. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful vinyl color here. Yeah, sounds great too. Very, very, very pleased to have this. Yeah, but yeah, if you're a fan of Night Demon, definitely check out Darkness Remains. This is definitely an awesome follow-up to Curse of the Damned, and more great things are going to come from Night Demon. And by the way, I should also mention that Jarvis Leatherby of Night Demon also did some bass guitar work with Cirith Ungol that evening, and that was fun to see him do things with Night Demon and Cirith Ungol. But yeah, Night Demon, Darkness Remains, check this one out. And these last three records I picked up from my good buddy Carlos from Sacro Curse. Anytime he has a show or whatever, he always has a little distro set up of merch, CD, shirts, records, pins, jewelry, whatever metal merchandise. He's going to be opening up his own sort of physical record store in Houston in the future, called Chainsaw Metal Shop. And when he made that announcement, he said that he was in the process of getting some records, some stock for his distro from all sorts of labels. Noev Dia, Iron Bonehead, Ajna Offensive, High Roller, whole bunch of high quality, high end sort of record titles. And I got three records here to show you, and these are all pretty much records that I've been on the hunt for quite some time. And this first one is an interesting demo compilation of some Washington-based death thrash. This is MALFEITOR with their self-titled release. And yeah, okay, yeah. MALFEITOR are a band based out of Washington, and they put out a demo in 1987 called Diabolic Youth, and for its time, it absolutely sounded raw and evil as fuck. From the guitars, to the vocals, to the sound, to the to the drum work, to everything. It was just an evil sounding demo. Diabolic Execution, Bringer of Hate, Dark Funeral, absolutely sick as fuck stuff. And that, honestly, this is ahead of its time material. There's also an unreleased demo from 1988. And this pretty much showcased a newer, more contemporary thrash sort of sound for MALFEITOR. And you can easily tell the night and day difference with this compilation. It's really, really intriguing and a nice little piece of history to know more about what MALFEITOR were about, what they sounded like, and what they could have sounded like in the future. I believe that after these demos, they became a band called Malediction. But who knows where the history of this band lies. It's just very intriguing stuff. I mean, I originally was interested in it when I saw it on the Nuclear War Now store, but that sold out. But then I saw it there at the Chainsaw Distro, and I had to get it, and it sounds fantastic. It is definitely something for anybody who's into the late 80s era style of death and thrash metal. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love this band photo, love this attitude, it's just so sick. Back cover, track listing and credits. Buried in Time and Dust Records put this out. Very good quality here. Comes with a printed sheet. Interview with some band members. Tony, I believe. Yeah, and you have the cover for the Diabolic Youth demo. More band photos and flyers of shows they played and whatever. Very, very sick. And I don't know the limitation on this particular record, but this copy I got comes on a standard black vinyl. Love the old school style center labels here. Very, very nice. Side A. Side B. But yeah, good quality on these demo works. Really did a good job making this very audible and well sounded for this record. But yeah, MALFEITOR, this is seriously killer death metal from the early 80s, the late 80s, excuse me. Go check this one out. Up next we have another demo compilation, but this time we head to Chicago for some very futuristic and progressive sounding thrashy death metal. This is Syndrome with Resurrection, the complete collection. Yeah. This was released in 2016 through, 2015-2016 Century Media Records, and this is a compilation of this band's only 2 demo releases, Into the Halls of Extermination and Vault of Inner Conscience. There's also a special bonus CD that includes a live performance from the late 80s, but yeah, Syndrome are based out of Chicago, Illinois, and yeah, they play this really interesting, intelligent-minded sort of style of thrash and death metal. You can tell from their lyrics, their visuals, that this was one of those sort of death metal bands that had a lot of stuff ahead of their time, and it really showed with the demos Into the Halls of Extermination and Vault of Inner Conscience. Really, really great stuff. I love the aggression in the vocals. I love the riffs. I love the technicalities. It's just very, very classic stuff and more interesting late 80s material for you to be paying attention to if you haven't paid attention to it before. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to find this and get a hold of it. But yeah, anyway, here's the front cover. Love this wild and crazy sort of purple artwork going on here. Back cover. Track listing for both of the demos. Like I said, it comes with a bonus CD of a live performance from 1988. Yeah, Syndrome live at the Rail, the Iron Rail, January 21st, 1988. Comes with this gigantic booklet of the artwork, but you're also going to get liner notes. Yeah, this is a huge ass booklet. You have liner notes, photos, lyrics, credits, artwork, absolutely sick as fuck stuff. This is a huge ass booklet, but you're gonna get a lot of stuff here about the history of this band here with this Resurrection compilation. And I was lucky enough to get one of the color variants of this, and this comes on a very heavyweight transparent clear vinyl with some some smoky essences going for it. You probably can't see it in person, but yeah, this is one of those translucent clear records with a little bit of a smoky haze going for it. Heavy, heavy vinyl, but the sound quality is tremendous. Century Media did a very, very badass job with this particular compilation. But yeah, if you're into death thrash, if you're into Chicago metal, if you're into late 80s stuff, Syndrome is a band for you to be checking out with Resurrection, the complete compilation. And the last record I'm going to show you is pretty much the big get for me of this entire fest. As soon as Carlos said that he was going to be getting in this record, I told him to save one for me. He told me he would save me one. He did save me one, and now it's mine. And man, am I pleased to fucking have this one. This is Infernal Majesty with None Shall Defy. Yeah. Look at this album cover. This album cover is the stuff of legend and infamy. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I fucking love this album cover. It's like a fucking Battletoad, King Koopa sort of character or creature. It's fucking awesome. Very legendary and infamous album cover, but I fucking love it. I don't care what anybody says. But yeah, enough about the album cover. Let's talk about the music. I believe this came out around 1987, 1988, Road Racer Records. And this is a 2016 reissue through High Roller Records. And yeah, very, very influential and important album when it comes to Canadian thrash metal. Very much stuff that was ahead of its time back then. Really, really great and entertaining material. Overlord, R.I.P., Night of the Living Dead, Skeletons in the Closet, Path of the Psycho. Absolutely classic, classic stuff. This is a very, very important and influential album in my opinion. Yeah, of course Infernal Majesty are still kicking and still keeping it going to this very day. But None Shall Defy is an absolute masterpiece of Canadian thrash metal and still holds up very, very well to this day. But anyway, here's the front cover. Once again, this very wild and crazy creature. Dig the matte finish on the jacket. Very nice quality. Back cover with band members. Track listing. Of course, this is a 2016 remaster. Let's see. This got packed with some pretty interesting goodies here. Comes with a big-ass poster of the artwork in question. It's a 2x2 poster. 2x2 foot poster. The None Shall Defy artwork. Very, very high quality going on here. Of course, it also comes with the High Roller Records mail sheet if you want to pre-order stuff from their distro. And comes on a printed inner sleeve. You got lyrics on this side. Band member photo and more credits. Classic, classic shit going on here. And I was lucky enough to get a color variant of this, and this is on a very nice translucent red vinyl. Very, very good quality here on this record. It sounds beautiful. High Roller Records did a badass job with this record. I'm very, very happy and pleased to have this. But yeah, if you've never heard None Shall Defy by Infernal Majesty, I definitely would recommend you go and listen to it and check it out. This is definitely a very important piece of thrash metal from the late 80s. Very, very important stuff. But yeah, None Shall Defy, Infernal Majesty. Go check this one out. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. If you happen to have heard of any of the bands that I mentioned in this video, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, and we can go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Armio out.